Yes.
Dah.
Okay, good afternoon, everyone. Welcome to our discussion in this sunny Friday here in Surabaya. Then, as usual, our discussion is meant to be an idea generator, so we should pemanasan first. But this week we have a different pemanasan. So, consider now is a zombie apocalypse. So, there are many zombies out there, and you can modify your shoes to escape this zombie apocalypse. Then I will give you a time, 1 minute, and I will give you time one by one to present your idea how to modify your shoes to escape this zombie apocalypse. Is there any question to pemanasan ini?
Zombie, what zombie?
Ini ada banyak zombie gitu kak, zombie apocalypse.
Then what should I do gitu?
Iya, you can modify your shoes kak. Jadi
Shush.
punya satu sepatu, nah, terus Kalilis mau modify jadi apapun itu. Okay, is there any other question? No? Okay, let's start 1 minute from now.
Should it be realistic or not?
Lol.
It is okay to be not realistic.
Oh, sorry, he said to escape, right?
Yeah, to everything. You can do
Oh, to
everything
everything.
here.
Oh,
No boundaries. Okay, it is already 1 minute. So, I would like to hear from Evelyn. Yeah, Evelyn.
All
You
right.
can go first. What is your idea?
Okay, so my idea is to create a shoe that has like a super sticky attributes to it. So like let's say I could climb the wall or like I could stick myself to the wall. You got me?
like Spider-Man, yeah?
Oh,
Yeah,
yeah.
because I saw this video right yesterday and like some people they do this wall climbing and they could sleep in the wall itself, and somebody commented like, wow, this must be such a nice innovation when zombie outbreak happens. So that's what I'm thinking.
Yeah, it is really interesting when you can become a cicak. Yeah, that's very interesting. Okay, let's move to other person. Any other idea? David. Yeah. Oh, Kevin first. Oh,
No, Kak David first.
yeah. I think Lukna raised her hands. Maybe Lukna can go first.
Halo. Halo.
Lukna is freezing.
Oh, like maybe I will. Me first. Okay.
Okay, go on, Kevin.
I want to choose with a rocket, foresight, from right and front and the backward, so I can move it everywhere. It's like Iron Man, but Iron Man is only on bottom right, but I want to all directions.
Wow, that will be cool, Kevin. Yeah, you can go anywhere with this, Susya. Okay,
Yeah.
thank you, Kevin. Any other idea? Kak David, maybe?
Okay, thank you, Rizky. In my opinion, I want shoes that we all know that zombie like people that darah segar, yeah. So zombie don't want to don't attract with orang mati. So I want the shoes that can mengeluarkan smell that like that people smell. Yeah. So,
Oke. Menarik ya, tapi agak seram sedikit. Sedikit aja seramnya. Oke, thank you Kak David.
Yep.
Lubna is back. Lubna, can you hear me? No? Okay, that's okay. Maybe we can move to Angie. Angie, do you have any idea to escape this
Yes.
zombie apocalypse?
Okay, can you hear me?
Yup, clearly.
All right. So I would like to make something similar to Kak David, but I think can we make a potion to spray to the zombie so they will be dead? All right. I think that's all. If it's possible, though.
Oh, yeah. Okay, Angie, thank you. Then let's move to Kak Vidi, the most genuine here. Yeah, Kak Vidi, do you have any idea? Kak Vidi is still eating. Yeah, I believe so. So,
Yeah.
oh yeah, Kak Vidi.
I'm back.
Silakan.
Sorry, I didn't get what Angie said. Maybe what did Angie said again?
Angie wants to make a shoes that can spray poison.
Okay, that's interesting. I thought it was similar to mine, but no. Okay, I want a shoe. If I kick someone, they become human.
Oh ya, keren sekali, ini sangat mind breaking. Oke, Kak Lilis, gimana Kak Lilis? How to escape this zombie?
I want a shoe that can attract the zombie. Like, for example, the zombie is boys, and then there is a girl zombie that is very attractive, and they will be like approaching that zombie girl. So yeah, I can escape.
Oke, ini jiwa-jiwanya berbau asmara Kak Lilis. Lantang baru ketemu pacarnya ya. Oke. Okay, that's all for the warm up today, and let's move to the discussion. The first discussion came from Mr. Jing. Since Mr. Jing is not here, I will read it out. Mr. Jing is asked, will it be useful to have offline advertising and brand awareness devices? For example, is signage or banners? Actually, Lubna have provided her opinion here. Maybe Lubna, you can speak it here so everyone could hear that. Hello, Lubna. I think Lubna have a problem with her audio.
Maybe the connection, Rizky, not only the audio.
Yeah, maybe I can read it for Lubna. Yeah, Lubna said it has a fairly high probability of effectiveness. It can advertise the property and offering at places that attract large crowds. But the location of the signage and banners are the most important part of the advertising. The signage and banners should be placed at a location where they tend to receive maximum exposure. Do you guys agree with Lubna's opinions? Do you guys it will be effective, or any objection? Or maybe we can know the context first from Kak Lilis. Do we have any banners right now, or we just advertise it online?
I think we don't have offline branding media. Like, we only have in our base. Yes.
Okay, so for our
And
official,
also,
not for the property.
previously we ever make like a sticker of Bukit Vista, but when we do offline hosting and then we give it to the guests, I guess. But currently
Okay.
it's not running. It's stopped.
Okay, so the current situation is we currently do not do the offline advertising. So, anyone, do you agree with Lubna's opinion?
Hello? Can
Hello.
you guys hear me?
Yes,
Hello?
I can hear you clearly.
Okay. Can I talk about my opinion?
Yep, you can. Go on.
Actually, I
I
have
think-
something to. Huh? Gimana?
Oh no, Krisky like.
Okay,
Maybe
can you guys hear me?
yes. Go ahead.
Okay, so I have something to add on my opinion. So actually, yesterday I read an article, and it's about a research. Halo, dengar nggak sih? Halo,
Dengar. Di off
halo,
aja camnya nggak apa-apa.
dengar kan? Oke, 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 coba ya. So actually, yesterday I read an article, and it's like research article about an event in Surabaya, and the event committee advertised the program using a billboard. And initially, the goal was just to make the people around there know what and where the event was. But in the end, the billboard was kind of like effective in getting people around there interested, and finally they came to the event. And on that study they using some kind of like CRI, it's about like customer response index or something, and the result showed 95% of the people are interested and 82% of people buy the tickets and go to the events. And but something that we have to reconsider is, compared to online advertisement, of course offline advertisement has smaller range, and it's probably like expensive, way more expensive than online advertising. But I think it can be an alternative for us to advertise Bukit Vista, I think.
Okay, thank you, Lubna. So I have a question for you. Do you think that we need to do it now? We need to make it the offline advertising now, or we can make it later? What do you think?
I think if it's not like the highest prioritized, I mean, it is, if it's not really that important, we can do it later. But I think it's a good alternative to advertise. And actually, I want to answer Kak Lily's question. Where should we put the signage? Is probably we can put it on the traffic sign, because people will stop there and they will do nothing, and they will just staring at the road or something. And if we have banner or something there, they will look at that, and I think it will be useful to the brand awareness kind of thing. So yeah.
Okay, so you recommend we can do it as soon as possible, or how, Lubna?
No, I think we can do it later, because it is not that important.
Okay. Okay, so the point from Lubna is it is important, but not as that important. So maybe we can do it later. Later on, we don't have an impact from COVID. Okay, any other opinion? Objection, maybe? Kevin? Okay, go on.
Yes. I think it's I don't know. Yeah, correct me if I'm wrong. Offline advertisement is not really good. Okay, that's the first. And second is it's kind of expensive. I know that some advertisement like in banner and traffic like that. It is per month, right, or per year you pay. It can be a million per month or something like that. So I think it's kind of expensive and not really worth it for me. That's my opinion. Back to Rizky.
Okay, so Kevin, do you recommend to not do at all or do it later?
I think not at all.
Okay. Okay, thank you, Kevin, for your opinion. Any other opinion? So for now, we have two opinions here. First is do it later, and then Kevin rejects that. He said that we don't have to do that at all. Since Kevin said it is kind of expensive, yeah, offline advertising. Okay, maybe Angie or Evelyn, Kavidi, Kalilis, Kak David, offline advertising. Okay, Angie, go on.
Okay. I think we should do it when we are back in position before COVID already. I mean, when everything is much more okay and much more stable, then we can try. Because for now, we need to save budget. Like, if anything happens, and if, yeah, we don't want bad things to happen again, but we just don't know the future. Yeah. I think that's all,
Okay,
Risky.
thank
Thank
you,
you.
Angie. So I kind of agree with what Angie said, since I think offline advertising, including banners and signage, don't convert into transaction directly. Yeah, so it is kind of optional for me in this condition. Maybe Kalilis, can you conclude this? Do you have any closing statement of this?
Actually, I would just give statement. Yeah, perhaps Rizky can conclude it later on. For like paying the offline advertising that is usually like di sebelah jalan gitu ya, that is the big apa banner or apa ya namanya itu nggak tahu. I think it's I agree with Kevin. It's costly and the target is actually still sangat in the top of the funnel awareness, right? And we don't really know who actually is the target. Jadi semua orang kayak sana sini. But perhaps what things that we can do is putting like our something related to Bukit Vista in each property, like Bukit Vista X Sunrise House, for example, like that, like awareing the guest that is staying with us, like that's perhaps the closest idea that I can think of today, and it's also can benefit like a long term. Perhaps begs to risky.
Okay, thank you, Kalilis. So everyone in this room is, the majority of people in this room agree with the idea that we can do it later, we can prioritize other thing, but it might be a good thing if we have taken back into condition before COVID. Yeah, that's the conclusion for this discussion. Okay, Evelyn, please write that on the most right column. Yeah. Then next discussion is from Andre. He asked us, is it beneficial to try selling Villa Stay voucher in e-commerce like Shopee? Maybe we can break it down to 4 sub-questions. Yeah. Do potential guests use Shopee for things like this? I mean, like searching voucher in Shopee, I haven't done that yet before, but maybe you have different experience. Yeah. Then the second sub-question is, do Shopee's audience similar with our audience? Let's focus on these 2 questions first. Maybe anyone who want to answer this, do you think that our potential guest is using Shopee for things like this?
Risky, I think I will give more context about this.
Okay.
So actually, Andre come to me and suggesting this topic specifically, this idea, because one of our partner, which is forget the name, Grio Wirosan, they actually try to sell the voucher, like perhaps like I don't know, perhaps like 5 vouchers in a month. Like they can use the vouchers to stay. What is the dates of stay? Something like that. So yeah, that's the background why this is come up, because one of our partner is trying to do this, and yeah, they get some booking actually from this. So yes, back to the ski.
Oh, okay, interesting. Yeah. So it is actually have been done before. And Kalilis, do you have any visibility why they sell the voucher on Shopee? What is the difference between selling in Shopee and selling in Airbnb or other OTA?
Perhaps you can find the answer why in Shopee there is a voucher of pulsa, for example. And also, apa ya, voucher apa lagi ya? I don't know, like in
Listrik.
Indonesia, listrik can be. In Indonesia, Shopee is really popular, I guess, and there's so many people that is visiting Shopee. But I don't know how to create awareness. Like after we make like our account, for example, and then we would like to advertise it, to make a review. The same circulation, right? But the target there is not actually the people that wants to book a property. I mean, the audience there is not actually people who wants to book property, but I think in case people wants to book it and then sounds like the prices make sense, they will buy the voucher. mm, Basically that owner trying to fill up more occupancy, so he tried to put anything like online.
Okay, so the point that Kak Lilis said before is the benefit for the property owner is, yeah, they certainly have more guests from that. Maybe not significant, but just one or two, but that that certainly helps. But what is the benefit for the guests? Booking from Shopee and booking from Airbnb. I mean, the example that Kak Lilis mentioned before is Pulsa. Pulsa is before this Pulsa is sell offline, so we have to mengunjungi counternya, but now we can directly buy from Shopee. But for online property like this, yeah, nothing different, right, between Airbnb, Shopee, or other platform. Do you guys have any idea what make the guests want to go to Shopee and buy the voucher, or is it just a coincidence? Okay, Angie, go on.
Okay, I think it's not more of like why is it different from Airbnb or something like that, but the target audience itself. So from Shopee, right? Usually, not everyone that uses Shopee uses Airbnb. So from what they usually search, like, okay, I'm gonna buy like something for my house, perhaps, and then I'm gonna go to Shopee, and then Shopee is like almost becoming more of a Google, but Airbnb is more of a only a property. So yeah, I think it's only different. The only difference is that not that why is it more beneficial for the guest, but expanding our uh, platforms basically. Back to you,
Okay,
Rizky.
thank you. Okay, thank you, Angie. Any other opinion on this? Should we try to selling villa stay voucher in e-commerce like Shopee? Maybe from opinion before, I can conclude that yes, it is beneficial for us, and kenapa enggak nyoba gitu. Then the next question is how to manage the occupancy, how to manage the things like that. Since Shopee is not connected to Tokit, right? Maybe Kalilis, do you have any visibility on that? How the property owner manage that?
How the property owner what is that?
The booking from Shopee.
The booking from Shopee. So like redeeming the vouchers that we give for review. I'm not asking for that. I mean, I don't ask the owner related to that, but I'm imagining like a direct booking actually. But they have the vouchers already, so they don't really need to pay anymore.
Okay. So, oh yeah, kind of understand. Maybe Kavidi raised his hand before.
Yep. So maybe regarding the mechanism itself, Andre might have the most visibility because he's the one who went to the owner, yeah, if I'm mistaken. He also talked to me about this yesterday. It's very potential. It's just that we just have to create pivot and then make sure that the HR team has the bandwidth to manage this because there might be some complication regarding like yeah, yes, treat it like a direct booking, something like that, right? Just have to manage the inquiry or manage the listing itself. So we can form MVP. MVP. The MVP is already conducted by the owner that Andre have interviewed, but I mean, Bukit Vista MVP and also like a small team just to try properties that work. This is like Traveloka, right? When you
Yeah.
start Traveloka, this is something like that.
Okay, thank you, Kak Vidi. So, yeah, the reason conclusion is the same. It is actually beneficial for us, but the next question again is it worth to try?
Yeah,
Is it,
resource. I agree. It's just about
yeah,
the resource.
resources?
Sorry?
Uh,
What?
Resources. Cuman mengenai resource-nya doang. Tapi
Yeah.
in a sense like yeah, it will open up more opportunities.
But I mean, before we try, we don't really know, right? I mean, what's the result? We currently have upcoming. No, we have upcoming help like from anyone. Okay, okay. Back to chair again.
okay. I have an idea to minimize the resource. Maybe we can just membuat produk di Shopee dengan judul gift voucher menginap selama 3 malam misalnya. Tapi kita nggak bikin spesifik for each property. It's just class A for guest house, 500,000 rupiah per night. Then class B, the villa yang nggak seberapa mewah gitu, 1 million per night. Habis itu nanti yang kelas yang paling atas yang mewah gitu. Jadi kan nggak butuh banyak resource. Dan kayaknya we can just make it first ya, once di awal gitu. Habis itu kita tinggal aja gitu. There is an idea that came. Maybe anybody has an
So
opinion
it's like
for that?
deposit. It putting deposits in Bukit Vista, right?
Yeah. So after they redeem the voucher to our booking, our direct booking staff, then they can choose the property. Yeah.
What do you think the benefit for a guest if the system is like that?
It might be they giving a gift for someone gitu. Voucher it is very usual to give someone a prize with a voucher Hypermart or voucher Matahari. Yeah, it is very usual, like, right?
Okay.
Yeah. In that way, we can minimize the resources. Do you have any other idea that can minimize the resource, since the only friction now is only the resource? We realize that it is beneficial for us, at least. Yeah, the hardest question to answer is it worth to try? Okay. Any other idea? Okay, Angie, go on.
Okay, I think your idea is good, risky for us, but for the customers, like we need to have a list like, okay, class A, class B, class C. What does class A contributes for? Like, what type of villa? Because merely buying a gift voucher for someone without knowing even what properties will they stay in, like something like that, it's a bit hard for gaining customers. I mean, yeah, gaining guests, because uh, perhaps we could try like putting in a few properties first, and then in maybe what season, perhaps now we are entering Lebaran season, we can try having a package like that. But we still need to start from usual properties, in my opinion. like selling per property gitu, nggak bisa yang bandel-bandel dulu, I think. Okay. Thank you, Rizky.
Okay, Angie. So you propose to, instead of giving a general voucher, just try it with 1 or 2 property, yeah? Is that right? And for that
Yeah,
specific property.
try like for several properties, and then when it's like there's a Lebaran season or something coming up right up, and then we can try giving out the bundle gift voucher, something like that.
Okay. Any other tambahan, addition, or objection for this idea?
I do.
Okay, Evelyn, go on.
All right. So, actually, when I heard this idea, right, I barely, cause I use Shopee on daily, right, and I don't think there's that much of a how do I say, like those type of voucher sellings in Shopee. Like, yes, it is good to expand our market to like this platform, but is it really gonna worth all the bandwidth that we put in? Because like, firstly, because like I just Google it like right now, and like for this type of voucher, they barely sell any in a month, you know. Like, yeah, they barely like sell one voucher per month. And plus, when we sell this on Shopee, I don't know whether y'all know this or not, but Shopee actually charge like a 5% or 10% from the things that we sell. Yeah. Yeah, okay. So in summary, I was just asking whether this decision could really benefit us.
Interesting.
Okay.
Evelyn, compared to, for example, maximizing Agoda and also Shopee, which one would you like to choose?
Good.
Why?
Um, because all right. So yeah, I believe that Agoda and Shopee, they kind of like show a similar like a similar method, like they do ask for fees and etc. But the thing is, in Shopee, I think we have like a low how do I say, like a low target market. Like, yes, it is good to expand, but if there's none to little market in the first place, why would we expand to this platform? Yeah. And I think Agoda, it is more specialized for like property and hospitality industry. So I felt like it is more worth it to expand to Agoda as an OTA instead of Shopee.
Okay, thank you. Back to Rizky. Thank you, Evelyn.
Yeah. Okay, so the objection from Evelyn is, instead of reaching new opportunities in Shopee, we should maximize that what we have right now. Is that true, Evelyn? For example, is Agoda.
Yeah,
Okay.
well, yeah, okay, yeah. But we do not have Agoda, right? Like we have Traveloka, then
We have
Booking.com.
Agoda. We have Agoda
Oh, we have Agoda, right,
for
right.
some properties. We just sell
Okay.
6 in Agoda.
Any other opinion?
16 juta.
Mau beropini, Rizky?
Uh,
Yeah. I think
Angie,
Kevin
go
can
on.
go first.
Okay, Kevin.
Yeah, I just searched it in Shopee, you know, property villa. So I started visit from the most, was it most popular,
Terlaris,
but yeah,
terlaris.
Laris, yes, and there is none is sell, gak ada yang terjual situ. So I think I agree with Evelyn to continue with Agoda to maximize the Agoda.
Can you attach a screenshot of the thing and in this discussion paper, Kevin?
Just okay.
Screenshot or the link can be both.
you can just wait. Can just research it actually. Wait. I think I should put a video because in Villa Property, if I search a Villa Property and sort it from the most popular, there is no one shown from any property. You know. Perhaps I just can share my screen. Hello.
Yeah, Kevin, you can share your screen.
Oh, okay. Share screen. Yeah. Well, just a little bit funky actually.
Well, I have suggestion if like we really do wanna jump to Shopee, I think it is okay, but I think we need to conduct like a research, like whether there is actually like we have a market in Shopee, and like if there is a little possibility to like if there is a possibility, then I think it could be further discussed whether
Okay.
BI wanna continue with the thing or not.
If I start from most popular, nggak ada yang muncul, nggak ada yang muncul yang terlaris,
How about villa voucher or hotel voucher, Kevin?
See, tadi aku searchingnya villa aja sih, baru muncul dia, sorry. Villa, wow. See, yeah, you can see some of them. Yes, voucher actually. Ini baru tahu juga sih, Shopee voucher villa juga ya. But it's not too much ya, nggak banyak. Just some,
Can you click one of them? Villa collection.
See,
Try ya, Yogyakarta, right?
Jakarta,
It's in
ya.
Yogyakarta.
Wait.
Jakarta. It's Jakarta. Is there any apa?
Kali
How
list.
much? Yeah, how much is the service?
I found. So I tried to search villa voucher, sorted by the most popular one. The first one was voucher for Aston Anyer, and then the second was voucher for buffet, and then voucher for hotel, and then wait, I don't know whether y'all could see it or not, but
Oke, oke ya, tadi nol terjual ya.
yeah,
Gitu.
it do be
Oke,
like that.
nol terjual.
Okay.
How about the one that Evelyn found? Is that already sold, Evelyn?
Yes, it is sold. Wait, let me recheck again.
I found some actually. Right, like this one, right? Promo Hotel Jakarta Grand Mercure,
Yeah,
right? Hotel Ibis satu terjual. This one voucher Hotel Weekday Staycation 19. What is this? Voucher Red Doors discount up to 37%. Bisa digunakan berkali-kali. Okay. How much is this selling? 3,5 ribu.
What is it?
1,000. Okay.
Yeah.
Maybe they just sell code, yeah.
Yeah,
Something
I
like
think
that.
they just sell code.
Yeah.
Okay, this one, the Red Doors.
I think this one is like selling a voucher
Selling
for
the discount.
Traveloka kan.
Yeah, selling
Or-
the discount.
Yeah, selling the
Yeah.
discount. Code.
No, wait. I don't get it. Why you sell the discount?
Why not?
So
We sell the
could-
discount, right? In review, we sell the discount voucher.
No, I mean Kevin asked why he sell discount. Because for example, if you pay the discount voucher 20,000 rupiah, but then the discount is 30%, and then from the 30% you can get a discount of 100,000. So that's a short.
Yeah.
That's a of 70,000.
Oh, yeah. I mean, why we sell discount? Yes, I think people like we can use the discount, right? We buy like discount ini, discount ongkirnya Shopee. We only pay like 10,000, right? And then we get like 20 gratis ongkir gitu, something like that. I see. Okay, I'll stop
Yeah.
sharing the screen. That's the context and the data.
Okay. So I will conclude now. For since we see all the things, Shopee things here, and I can conclude, yes, it is beneficial, but the market size is very small, right? Oh, Kak Vidi want to speak?
Have someone check back with Andre and find the name of the property that he interviewed, because he said that 5 vouchers sold a month, right? So, something like that. So let's try to see whether the Shopee listing exists.
Yeah. Okay, so we need to delegate someone to approach Kak Andre. Maybe Lubna, can you ask Andre where this actually listing on Shopee?
Okay, I will ask.
Okay, thank you, Lubna. So yeah, that's the conclusion for this discussion.
Maybe Rizky.
Oh, yeah, Kevin.
Maybe why don't we just copy them? Selling the discount voucher instead of
Yeah, but I
selling.
think Red Doors voucher that we see before is like some kind of referral code. So you create account, then you have referral code, then you sell it to anyone. Yeah. So it is not like real business model, but it just hack the system. Maybe yeah, something like that. Not real business. Yeah.
I don't know.
Okay. Okay. So let's move to the last discussion from Andre again. Is it okay that our agent will post our property in their platform like Instagram, website, Facebook, WhatsApp, etc.? Anyone want to start? Yeah, maybe to ease your way of thinking, you can try to answer these questions here. What is the advantage for us? Yeah, Kak Vidi.
I think we answered this before, right, Liz?
Yes, yes, Phoebe. The answer is actually no, right? They cannot
Yes.
post it in
That is
website.
correct. Yeah.
But actually,
Are there any new considerations?
some agent is posting our property in Facebook. We give the Airbnb link, right? And they make it a listing by themselves. So, is it okay? Like, if they post it on their Facebook?
So they use our photo, Kak. The photo that
Yes, they
we
use
take,
our photo.
then
But I'm not sure whether they actually know the owner or not. But should be not. They only know the picture of the property, and if the potential guest that they brings needs to visit the property, then they will come to the property, something like that.
the question is if they can't post the photos, so how do they advertise it without a picture?
Yeah, that's actually my questions. Like I just realized after I see one of the agent is posting our property. Mm, I see some of the agent is using WhatsApp business. There's a marketplace, I guess. I mean, listing they can make listing in WhatsApp. So that's the possible options that we can offer.
Yep. So the point is, if we can't give them the photos, so the agent will advertise with what? Yeah, it is actually impossible to advertise things without the picture. It just selling kucing dalam karung, yeah, something like that. But the thing is, I want to propose here, maybe we can give them limited photos. Maybe we have 10 photos. We just give them two, the front of the house and the bedroom, for example. And we can make the watermark, maybe. Yeah, something like that. So if the property owner see their property is posted on other platform outside Bukit Vista, they are not being questioned. Ya, mereka nggak bertanya-tanya, nggak bingung kalau misalnya, oh ini kok properti saya diiklanin sama orang lain gitu. Something like that. Maybe any other opinion? Should we give them the photos?
Rizky, question Rizky.
Yeah.
To Vidi and Kalilis, perhaps you can share, Vidi, why we not allow the agent, the reason that the agent not post in their platform. Vidi.
Right. Previously, the consideration is very similar to what Rizky mentioned regarding the property owners. If they, for example, like they won't approve that their property is marketed by other people, but also because of assets, right? Because the picture that we took is our assets. So if they use it in a sense like we're sharing our assets for free, but in a sense. Yeah, previously most of the consideration is the property partner and also the possibility of circumvention.
Okay, Vidi. In my opinion, this was hard if we want the agent have namanya booking, but we don't allow there to promote by posting. In my suggestion is to make a content that we make the content and give it to agent that ada batas-batasan gitu sih. Aku gitu itu dan saran dari aku. Okay. Rizky.
Okay, thank you, Kak David. So the point from Kak David is similar with me, like giving them picture with some limited amount. Maybe from Kak David, do you limit the amount or do you limit the resolution or do you give the watermark or how do you limit the content?
Yep. First watermark, Rizky. Watermark and the price and yep, and name, the property name.
Okay, thank you, Kak David. So, any other opinion? Is there anyone who support the idea that we have to share all the picture to the agent? Or do you all agree with the idea that we have to limit the number of content that we share to them?
Okay.
Yep, go on, Kevin.
Question. Why don't we just give them the link?
What link?
Like our Airbnb property. So they can just use open our link.
Oh yeah, Kak Vidi.
Yep, that's what we're doing now, and that's how they got the pictures. That's what Lilis mentioned just now.
But they can also store the picture from Airbnb, right? So
Yeah.
they cannot use they cannot get picture with our watermark.
Yeah.
So we put watermark in Airbnb too.
I think one of the ways we can deal with it is the watermarking one. The second one, build a policy, right? What can be shared, what cannot be shared, what should be included, whether Bukit Vista name should be included whenever they mention the property or something like that. So it's like co-branding, right? So yeah, build policy.
Okay, thank you, Kak Vidi. A question, Kak Vidi. Let's say we don't give them the photos directly. Can they search manually on Airbnb and download the photos from there without we giving them the link also?
I think that was my
The
question.
Airbnb, yeah. Sorry, what was your question again?
Let's say we don't have the photos and then we don't send the link, the Airbnb link also. Can they search manually on Airbnb and then download the property photos?
For now, technically no, because the listing name that we put, most of them does not include the property name.
Okay. Yep. So if we send the photo with the watermark, it is actually safe with note that we don't send the Airbnb link also. Okay, and then the
Again,
next
just now
point
you
is
mentioned that
create
we're
a
not.
policy.
It's not preferable for us to put watermark in our Airbnb photos, or it's not allowed.
I'm
Is
sorry,
it?
Kak Vidi.
It's not allowed to put our watermark in Airbnb photos.
I don't have visibility on that.
Oh, okay, sure.
Okay, yeah. So the conclusion for this discussion is the point. All person in this room is agree that we should not give them all the photos. Yeah, since it is our asset and we can give them limited amount of photos, or maybe we can give them limited amount of photos without the Airbnb link, yeah, so they cannot download the photos manually on the Airbnb. Then in case the agent found the property on Airbnb, we can try to make a policy between us and the agent. Kak Vidi, go on.
Yeah, I would like to add one more conclusion. Let's have the marketing team build a branding policy for agents redistribution. So currently they're still defining the branding policy. Let's have them also define one for agents for outreach, because I think we're still within their jurisdiction. The photos are the assets of the marketing chapter.
Oke, Kak Vidi, thank you. So, who will be the yang akan menyampaikan ke marketing team? Should we delegate?
Okay, I'll bring it up to the leadership first. Maybe that is worth to put in leadership. Do you guys think this is worth to put in leadership? Do the leaders of the company should be aware of this issue, or just directly to marketing? What do you guys think?
Wait.
You think no? Evelyn think no?
No, I think all the chapter leaders should be informed or at least acknowledge this new branding policy if we do create one.
Yeah,
Okay.
agree with Evelyn.
Yes, at least they know, right?
Okay, so we have two conclusion for this discussion. First is we all agree that we will give them limited number of photos, and we don't send them the Airbnb link so they cannot steal our photos. And then Kak Vidi will bring this issue to marketing chapter, and then they will create the policy between us and the agent. Okay, that's the end of our discussion today. Maybe I have one point to say, but it is not a discussion actually, just a thought. These weeks I hear that many people say, I am proud that I have delegated my task to intern, something like that, but I don't think it will be a good idea for us, since the thing that I like from this intern is we don't do the operational things only, but we also do something great. Yeah, so if in the future everyone in this company delegate the things to intern, maybe it will not be a happy experience for the intern. Yeah, that's for me. Any other would comment on that, or do you have anything to add? Yeah, Kevin.
Sorry, where did you hear that?
Yeah, maybe in the all hands meeting, something like that, when we meet all the people.
I didn't remember it, but okay.
Yep. Okay. Kak Vidi, want to add something? No?
Oh no, I want to add, like, thank you very much for bringing this attention, bring up this topic to my attention. I will for sure reevaluate the views maybe of the company, and I'll bring this up onto the leadership meeting. Yeah, thank you very much, Rizky. That's why I like Rizky.
Yeah. Okay, thank you, Kak Vidi. So it is already 2 o'clock and our discussion is already done. All. Then,
Wait,
Ah,
I have
apa, Evelyn?
one last announcement. Guys, so
Okay.
today, me and Ingrid, we will be hosting our Beefy Happy Hour. So please come, okay?
Don't forget to share your story. Yeah.
Yeah, no worries.
I have an announcement as well. I think Kofidi knows about this. Guys, I have a talk show later. Let's go.
Angie, cannot. Your talk show. Same
Can.
schedule.
No, it's 6:30 WIB.
It's different schedule, no?
Oh.
Yeah.
Yes.
It's different schedule.
Oh, yeah.
Come on,
I
guys.
saw my schedule already. Yes.
Register.
PPI.
Yeah. Let's support
Register
us,
before
bro.
3
Huh?
p.m. WIB.
What
Ya,
is TPI?
1 jam lagi
Sorry.
ya, teman-teman. Mohon diregistrasi.
Basically, Indonesian students in foreign universities.
Yeah.
Share dong itunya.
Share link, yeah, you know.
Okay, I'm gonna share the
Share.
link now. Alright. Thanks, guys.
Seru topiknya sih. Apalagi kalau misalnya ada yang mau belajar entrepreneurship.
Expanding your business. Wow.
Yes.
Okay. I
Okay.
have something,
Well,
anyone
something
want
to
to
What
say,
is-
but
announcement again?
Where is the
yeah,
link?
but I think. Wait, sorry.
Where is the link?
In BI
Yeah, I'm gonna send the
chapter.
link.
No?
No, I think I'm gonna send the link here. But
Oh,
I have something to say, but I think Kaliris can stop the recording first.
maybe kali this AFK, you know.
Oh, it is Kak Lilis ya. I think it is Mr. Jing. Yeah.
Ya udahlah.
The
nggak
recording is directly from Whereby or from the computer, Kak Vidi. If we have a meeting in Whereby.
apa-apa. Hah?
Gak tau nih, kayaknya Lilis AFK dah. What do you wanna say, Angie? Why can it be recorded?
Cannot. Can you guys click on the link or no? Or should be HTTPS something? Yeah.
You can copy paste the link or something, right?
Yeah, we can. Udah apa ya?
Okay, I'm gonna copy paste di itu aja.
The Billionaire Talk.
Apa disuruh apa follow Instagramnya Angie biar lihat story ya.
How to build and grow your business.
Tapi sekarang
If
WRB
you
kalau
guys-
misalnya orang record nggak kelihatan ya kalau misalnya mereka record ya.
Iya, nggak kelihatan.
Oke, ya. Notice that shit.
Okay, I think I'm gonna say it to Kofidi aja kalau gitu nanti.
Boleh ya?
Yes, it's a bit sensitive, I think.
Okay, sure. Okay, thank you guys.
Thank you.
Dismiss.
It is Angie's last discussion. Yeah. Is that
Yes,
right? Wow.
it's my last
Oh.
discussion.
Oke.
Okay, thank you guys.
Okay. Thank you, everyone.
Thank you guys.
Yeah, have a nice day.
Bye-bye. Jangan lupa
Bye,
happy
bye-bye.
hour. 4:30.
Sorry, Evelyn, I cannot.
Yeah, it's
Bye.
okay. Bye-bye.
Yeah.
So,
Halo, Kak.
Tinggal aku ya. Hi.
Hai,
So
Kak.
my feedback, I think it is a common balance for new first timers in the Scrum that you don't really have much visibility on the discovery of the problems. So when you look on the cards, you might find like some numbers stuck kan. Nah,
Yes.
that's where you need to clarify, and obviously that is what the main discussion have to be about. So we need to solve the problem that is happening. So instead of only updating the plus blah 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 plus blah 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 plus blah blah blah, I think you can also check on the ini sih, friction ya.
Oke.
What caused the friction and what they want to do gitu.
Oke, Kak.
Okay deh.
Yeay.
I think
Udah.
we're done. I'm sorry, I cannot hear you right now.
Halo.
Ilham, I cannot hear you because I have a problem here with the sound on mute. So yeah, thank you for sharing today. Good job for the first time, and you can do better job next. Bye bye.